Hello, HalfPint here, and I just wanted to say real quick, if you've been enjoying my content, please remember to subscribe to the channel here on YouTube and follow me on Twitch so you can always catch us when we're live and see more content. Also, if you are new here, welcome in, and if you're enjoying the video, please remember to like it because it helps me out a lot. I also post funny clips and other things on TikTok. All the links are in the description below, and thanks again. Now let's get into the video. The first thing I want to look at while I was gone, holy shit. Did you guys see? I'm just gonna like this already. Did you guys see CoffeeZilla? CoffeeZilla's 3-part series on Logan Paul? Holy shit. That dude's going to jail. That's crazy. So I'm pretty sure that's what Mudahar is talking about here today, and Logan Paul's not a good person. I'm definitely checking this out. I'm excited to see updates around the situation, mostly for the idea of crypto scams taking another hit, crypto taking another hit, and being exposed for, you know, like the new age multi-level marketing that it is, and B, you know, Logan Paul finally being held accountable, like fully accountable for something he's done that was fucked up, despite him somewhat on a redemption arc, it seemed like before this, but clearly that wasn't true because he has no problem screwing over thousands of families. And C, and arguably the most important one, people actually getting justice. You know, people who lost thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars, people whose lives were ruined from this scam, hopefully getting, you know, some of that money, if not all that money, back.
Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and I've been working on FBI stuff and some Star Citizen stuff for the last couple days. And also,
Wait, Star
I've been looking
Citizen?
into the old Logan Pauls.
No, wait, Star Citizen's not out, is it? No way, no way, no. Star Citizen's out? I know Star Citizen was out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paul brothers are truly a different type of beast. And this video title should be pretty much exemplary. No clickbait, no nothing. Logan Paul is just not to be trusted, period. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to influencers on the internet, all right, you really have to be careful whose advice you follow, especially when it comes to money, okay? Money and influencers and NFTs and crypto just go hand in hand. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't been following, CoffeeZilla made an amazing series of videos regarding the Crypto Zoo project from...
The new Bethesda game is Starfield, isn't it? Is that what I was thinking of? Bethesda... Yeah, it's Starfield. Okay, I was thinking they were talking about Starfield. I'm a fucking idiot.
Logan Paul. Now, Crypto Zoo is something that I can tell you right now, pretty much everybody who was investigating into crypto stuff was looking at a year ago. A year ago when it first gained true popularity when it first got announced, right? Now, to understand, NFTs and cryptocurrencies have seen a significant downturn, NFTs especially. We went from the days of, you know, people like Justin Bieber, people like big celebrities buying these.
I guess I'll sum up the Logan Paul thing real quick. In my favorite way. So basically, Logan Paul had this app where you could buy eggs. And there was 2 eggs. And they cost zoo coins. They cost zoo money. And so people bought they turned their money into zoo money, right? And then they used that to buy these eggs. These eggs hatched animals, all kinds of different animals. And you know, you could get all sorts of different wild little animals, cute little animals. That's super awesome. And then you could crossbreed them, you know, with each other and get more, you know, combining all sorts of different animals and stuff like that, and get a bunch more. And those would lay more eggs to make you more money, and it would just keep going on in this pyramid-like fashion, ironically. But anyway, so people bought so many of these eggs, these stupid eggs, and then it turns out you couldn't hatch them, so you were locked out of all this. You couldn't do any of that. You couldn't hatch the eggs. So then people tried to take their zoo money and put it back into dollars. Couldn't do that. Couldn't cash out. So your money was now trapped in this app. You couldn't make any money off of it, and you couldn't pull your money out. And then Logan and his inner circle of, investors did some insider trading. They had discussions on, don't sell for now to drive price up. And then when they were ready, they all rug pulled. And when they rug pulled, they all sold their massive amounts of founders coins that were supposedly locked up in a way they couldn't be sold for years. And the price of Zoo plummeted. And everyone whose money was trapped in the app now no longer had money because it went to the investors. So, yep, that's basically how I did it.
These NFT bored apes, whatever you want to call it, mutant apes, whatever big project they had. And all of a sudden, these projects, these specific NFTs, magically went from, say, $100,000 in value all the way down to $100. So in averages, you've seen somewhere around 90 to 99% losses on these NFTs, all right? And it shouldn't surprise you, okay? Virtual pictures on the blockchain, receipts of pictures on the blockchain aren't really worth that much money, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to speculative markets. But of course, the Paul brothers have been notable in pushing so many of these that it's almost hard to keep track. Now, 2 months ago, I made a video where I talked about I really hate social media influencers. And I do. I get it. I understand as somebody that's technically an influencer as well, I tend to hate myself too, okay? Self-hatred is real in this industry.
Yeah.
But in that video, I talked about,
God damn, that's so true. In an industry of approval seeking, a lot of people don't like themselves. Who'd have thought?
Logan Paul's various projects, Dink Doink, some of CryptoZoo, and how these projects absolutely went nowhere. When it comes to NFT projects run by influencers, typically they get you in, all right? They talk about hyping this project up for one day, and then once it's launched and like a month has passed, you never see any real progress. I think one of the biggest mistakes in investigating crypto scams and influencers is looking at their projects and rarely doing a follow-up after. I remember a year ago, we looked into Million Token by a YouTuber known as Tech Lead, for instance, just going off topic a little bit. He made a Million Token, all right, which I guess was supposed to be some new age of crypto. A bunch of people jumped into it as fans.
They'll buy it if I call it a million, right? You get one. Like, $1 gets you 1,000,000 tokens. You're rich.
There was a lot of money being made in the world of liquidity pools and just how much volume was being traded with this token at the time. And at the time, this was somewhere worth into like $40, all right? Each token was going for like $40 at the time. And if you look at the actual token now, all right, it's absolutely dropped to nothing. We're looking at a token that is now worth around $2, if anything. They did make a project. It's like they made something known Metaphora, like Twitter for the blockchain, which I guess still has actual people talking on it, right? Like 11 days ago, there was some post. A day ago, 4 days ago, 5 days ago from Million DJs.
How can I post images? Did you think this was Twitter?
Right, like 11 days ago, there was some post. A day ago, 4 days ago, 5 days ago from Million DJs.
This one's just promoting their book.
Hey, listen up. If you've been banned by the fascist regime of Vanessa and lead admin Megabay at MMG, you can join us at Napoleon Island. We will not ban you for fun. Yeah, I put money into this crappy token and I got a crappy social network out of it. If you wonder why people don't take cryptocurrency seriously, I think this might be a good splash on your face about it. But one of the reasons why people got a really, a lot of people had some reservations about Logan Paul's CryptoZoo project, his CryptoZoo game, was just shortly ago, all right? He had a history of pushing a lot of these cryptocurrency projects that ended up going nowhere. So one of them infamously was known as Dink Doink. All right, now Dink Doink is an open source media project. All right, and of course,
I like the way he's saying that. Dink Doink. Yeah, Dink Doink. This was a project just before this one, NFT wise, that he also just abandoned out of nowhere. He just like the project seemed to fail, and then like without any sort of like official indicators, he just stepped away from it and stopped talking about it, and then moved on to this other thing. I don't know if that was an intentional scam or a flop, and then like Zoo Coin or whatever the fuck was Dink Doink Part 2 Electric Boogaloo, like that was his second attempt. It's possible. Either's possible, really. I don't really think it matters. I mean, he definitely scammed the second time around. There's so much evidence. Watch the CoffeeZilla 3-part series if you haven't. It's incredible how much evidence has been gathered.
Season 2 is still apparently in production, allegedly, I guess you could say. Now, what happened with Dink Doink was it was supposed to be like some comedy NFT sketch. You can actually look at it right over here. All right, they were literally releasing these like interesting, like I guess not interesting. They were releasing like,
he said that,
video
yeah.
series, these like comedy shorts, these comedy episodes with big, you know, stars like Paris Hilton, I guess you could say.
What?
I don't even know if Paris was actually involved into it. But given she's got a hexagon profile picture denoting the fact that she's bought an NFT, shows me just how far people have fallen from grace. Oh, here's Elon's Musk. Yeah, you got Elon Musk in the entire thing too. I guess Dink Doink is now a god and this is heaven. I would argue some would interpret this as a hell. This was one comedy short. You can see that they're trying to go for a South Park style. If South Park was filmed on a budget, the cost of a box of Lucky Charms, if you will, that's the kind of vibe we're hitting at over here, okay? And of course, these projects only work because they got larger influencers to work with them. Like here you got Logan Paul, and of course...
How are they not just obviously... Like, how are they not in trouble for just blatantly biting South Park style here? Because this is, like, Matt Stone, Trey Parker, yo, get on this. Fuck that.
If you thought the animation is bad with the Elon Musk thing, it could have gotten even lower, which you're witnessing right here. Now, of course, if you go to Dink Doink's website, oh god, it's down! The domain might be for sale. I think I might buy this and just upload Goatsy onto it at this point, because it's pretty much what everyone putting their money into this project effectively got. If you use the Wayback Machine and go back in time, you can actually see Dink Doink was all about the memes, all right? Dink Doink aims to be the first ever decentralized media franchise. What does that even mean? And of course, they were just selling themselves on memes, okay?
Yeah.
This was actually a good representation of who the Dink holders were, okay?
What the oh my god, dude. It's literally the Elon Musk model. Like, just keep memeing. Keep memeing and you'll make money. Helps when you already have billions, though. Good lord, this is so fucking stupid.
You should have been that surprised, all right, when you were getting fisted. Now, of course, Logan Paul then made a project known as Crypto Zoo, and if you go onto Crypto Zoo, you can still see that its socials are active, or not active, they're still alive. You know, you got Crypto Zoo on Instagram over here, which is collect and breed exotic animals that yield zoo on the blockchain. Stay far away from anything influencer and blockchain is all I'm gonna say. Now, of course, Crypto Zoo, as you can see over here on the project, this is their current website right now. Builders build. Crypto Zoo is under...
And also, from what I understand, even this, my friend was telling me about this, like, this already exists. Like, this method of, like, merging animals to make money is already a thing. Like, it's literally already a thing. So even this was kind of a style like blatantly ripped off from someone else. Not that that really matters, but it just goes to show, like, when he's talking about, like, oh, he worked so hard on this original concept, this fun game, this original art. Like, no, you fucking didn't. No, you didn't. You just hunted down the best scam for you.
Undergoing upgrades to the core infrastructure of the ecosystem. And I remember looking at this 2 months ago and given the same page. So I guess apparently they're still updating the core infrastructure somehow. Now, according to CryptoZoo's old website before the maintenance, CryptoZoo was allowing you to build your zoo and earn crypto. CryptoZoo is an autonomous ecosystem that allows zookeepers to build, sell, and trade exotic animals and hybrids. CryptoZoo incorporates cryptocurrencies and NFTs into a simple, fun game for the family. Get ready!
With familiar
and of course, you can see
mechanics.
very quickly, this was the amount of NFTs that they were working with. Just pictures of animals doing animal things. You could kind of like breed them together. So for instance, if you look closer at this abomination of Noah's Ark, you can see that we've got a fucking whale. You can see we got a whale and a pug combined together. Hey, you ever wanted to put a turtle and a goddamn gorilla?
Shut up. That turtle gorilla looks fucking awesome, dude. I love that turtle gorilla. That actually looks fucking amazing. Why do I want one? Like in real life. Also, this elephant turtle, that's sick, dude. That is literally the coolest shit I've ever seen. I want an elephant turtle. That is absolutely amazing. Oh, damn. Okay, AI kind of slaps. Because they're just using an AI like thing in the background to like merge two stock photos. That's how it works. Yeah, AI, I don't know what fucking animals are that. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on with this lion. What is combined with a Squidward, maybe? I don't know. Or Pokemon. But the bear shark is like, I don't know. That's a little obvious for me. Gorilla butterfly is kind of cool. I assume that's like naked mole dog, kind of cool. Yeah, no, favorites are definitely Turtlerilla and Ella Turtle. Ella Turtle is probably the greatest thing. What the fuck? Is that an elephant shark? I think that's an elephant shark. Okay. Ella Shark's pretty good. Would it be? I think that's more of a sharkfin. Okay, yeah. Sharkfin's pretty good. Ella Turtle's great. And then there would be a Torilla. Yeah, Torilla, Ella Turtle, and what did I call this? Sharkfin. Yeah, Sharkfin. Nice.
Gorilla together? Well, here you go, right there. Bear and a shark. Oh, look what I bred. Truly, this is like a mad scientist's wet dream. But of course, you can see right here, they explain it. It all begins with an egg.
It reminds me of Spy Kids too, honestly, and I fucking love the Spy Kids movies. No one will ever convince me they're not amazing.
The CryptoZoo marketplace, you buy your egg, you can sell the egg, hold on to them, or you can hatch them. Once the egg is hatched, you get a basic animal that earns you Zoo Daily. You get to pimp this thing out to the blockchain. Then you can breed 2 NFTs together and get a hybrid egg. Kind of an interesting play on the game, but at the end of the day, this was an NFT game, right? It's an NFT game in the same vibe as really anything in this play-to-earn ecosystem. At the end of the day, people putting their money into this should have known they were going to end up losing it anyways.
The gamble.
The real problem with this NFT was shortly after it was shilled by Logan Paul, I never really got into it at all. Okay, Logan Paul still has these tweets up, by the way, from September 5th, 2021, where literally CryptoZoo opened up to making like millions of dollars day one, all right? It literally started off being in the top 10 of total volume of OpenSea during its launch week.
Ah, damn.
So, of course, Logan Paul, the best part about this, we're not just an NFT, we're not just a token. CryptoZoo is a game. Understandingly, a good choice of words for lawyers in the future looking at this. He literally just admitted it's not just a game and it's not just a token. I don't know if the SEC is going to be too kind when Logan Paul has literally admitted that this basically is a token, right by his own words.
Yeah.
CryptoZoo Co. is a game. All right, so what is the game in this case? Again, we just literally described what the game was, all right? You literally get to make, you know, fused abominations, and I guess they can make zoo currency, which you can then flip for more valuable cryptocurrency. At least that's what the, you know, thought process should be going on forward. Now, of course, this project ended up going nowhere because Logan promoted it very briefly, and afterwards, total deafening silence, all right? So much deafening silence that the actual project went into complete obscurity, and now the game pretty much doesn't even exist. And I want to rip the
I thought it was
off
shut
and
down.
just pretty much say what everyone already thinks anyways. When it comes to cryptocurrency or NFT-based video games, these are not meant to be video games to be enjoyed. At the end of the day, most people putting their money into this, everyone really putting their money into this, is putting their money into it because they have the expectation of making more money.
Yeah, no, they don't give a shit. Like, that's why when they say like it's a fun game, it's not. It's never a fun, like an actual fun game. If it was an actual fun game, they would be spending money making a game, and then the return would be on people buying the game to play the game. But that's not where the money's made here, and that's not where the focus is here. So the game, the amount of fun the game has to be isn't very high because there's an expectation that it will make you money, and making money is fun to the people that are doing this. Like, that's the fun part for them.
People,
it's literally like gambling.
Like Logan Paul know this, all right? Anybody with an influencer following knows that if they have the following behind them and they push any of these projects and they get in early and they cash out way before the drop happens, they can make a lot of money. Throughout the year Logan Paul was pushing this, I could have jumped onto the train, and if I had no self-respect whatsoever for you, I could have probably made around $1 to $10 million USD. That's the money that I gave up because I don't believe in screwing you guys over, okay?
Yeah.
I know that I've had my own issues in certain cases with certain sponsors, but I think that's a lot different than like knowingly understanding that I am part of a project that is out there specifically to drain money out of your wallet and keep it for myself. Look,
Fucking
a lot
disgusting.
of influencers will do it because there's literally no repercussions for it, okay? Logan is in such a sweet spot for this because if there's literally only one, if there's like a few $1 million of money being changed around, That's literally enough to be a good chunk of change and not enough to be on the FBI, SEC, government radar yet. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in, and I think most influencers get it. There's a lot of people who have literally rug pulled their audiences, and they have literally lived like fine, all right? Nothing has happened to them yet, and it doesn't seem like anything is going to happen to them, period. So you really have to understand, you have to pick as an influencer, easy money or long-term success with my fans. Now, Logan Paul is a person completely marred in controversy. Back in 2019, or was it 2019? 2017, he actually did the, Aokigahara forest incident, so to speak. And during this incident, Logan Paul went out, filmed a dead body, got a shit ton of backlash for it. And ever since then, he's been on this redemption arc, all right?
Yeah.
Now, the redemption arc was pretty great. For a long time, we just basically forgave Logan Paul. It's like, whatever, the guy learned, he's matured, and he's doing a lot of different things. And for me, when I looked at Logan Paul being part of these big brands like Prime, or joining these big boxing matches and making a crap ton of money there, it always really made me weird that Logan Paul was ever jumping into these NFT things, especially during a time when any influencer jumping into this was getting hate anyways. But Logan Paul was pushing several projects. CryptoZoo was one of them. Now, obviously, this game didn't go anywhere, and anybody that put money into the CryptoZoo project has absolutely seen that money gone, all right? It's never going to come back, never going to happen. Now, of course, Logan Paul actually did talk on an interview, one with The Block, for instance, where they actually did talk about this specific CryptoZoo project. And inside here, the project sparked controversy when observers on Twitter noticed that some images appeared to be taken from stock images. This is one where Coffee literally looked at one of the images right now. For instance, this is like a panda, and this is from like the CryptoZoo website. So apparently it seems like the CryptoZoo like panda.
Yeah, no, I thought that was like the thing. I thought everyone knew that. It's just like an AI merging two stock photos. They wouldn't be able to use, like, I mean, realistically, they didn't go out and take a picture of every animal, you know?
Was just the same goddamn panda from like the Adobe stock images, except with like an elephant trunk like photoshopped onto it. This is the quality people were jumping into, all right? Again, I kind of don't have any sympathy when you as a person have put $100 or $100,000 into a crypto project backed by an influencer. At the end of the day, you know, given past history, it's doomed for failure, okay? You literally screwed yourself, not the
I kind of understand where he's coming from there. Like, everyone's responsible for their own money. Like, I get it. But at the same time, I just can't help but feel like there's an added level here of manipulation and, like, specific, like, false advertising, I guess. And on top of that, when you pair that with the fact that people were unable to hatch eggs or cash out money at all for an extended period of time after already buying into the app, I think you're looking at a situation there where they were fundamentally never even given a chance to make money. You could make the argument in a lot of instances there's the opportunity to make money, a very real opportunity, maybe a very small one, but it's there, it's quantifiable. But there was actually 0% chance for people to make money here. That is nothing but taking their money. That is literally just stealing their money. And I think that situation is where I think, like, something needs to be done, you know? Like, this is even worse than previous instances where people have just tried to make money and obviously failed because of an internal rug pull. Also, there's such clear documentation, internal leaks, that this was a calculated rug pull. So, like, that's pretty damning too. I gotta get my water and take my meds real quick. Right back. It's crazy how good water is.
Influencer in some cases. I mean, the influencer screwed you, don't get me wrong, but you willingly walked into a forest full of visible bear traps. You have nobody else that you can really reasonably blame but yourself. A lot of personal accountability has to really be a part of the situation.
No, I agree that there's personal accountability. I totally do. I just think the situation was unique. I don't know, so I kind of disagree with him in specific regards to Logan Paul's latest incident. And the mass majority of them, yes, there's obviously some personal responsibility with money involved, you know, you live and you learn, that sort of thing. I would also, especially with, you know, the more influencer scams there are, the more times this happens, the more it's like, and people are still falling for it, you know? Like, Logan was late to this game.
So of course, Paul acknowledges the stock image issue was partially true. The hell does that even mean? But claimed that the project was less about art and more about making hybrid animals that had a virality factor, okay?
That doesn't make any sense to me. Less about the art, because there's like all those like clips in him of him freaking out and focusing on how they took 6 months to do original artwork, you know? So like, what are you talking about?
Virality factor, okay? Isn't it goofy if a penguin did a cat?
Like, what about the 6 months of original art? And that's why it takes so long. That's why you had to put $1 million in up front, you know, because like you're not just using AI, you know, to automatically make good looking art. You're actually going out there and talking to 10 real artists and like making real art. What happened to all that?
Imagine what their babies would look like. Paul also claimed the project's initial team was problematic, a situation he since says has been rectified. We got ourselves involved with the wrong people who made some errors and blunders, and we have a great team now that are still working on it. Now, while Logan Paul says that he's getting people to fix the CryptoZoo project anyways, you can still see just in this video alone, they're still going through some crazy maintenance. I guess fusing two animals together on the blockchain is a bit harder than one could expect. Now, of course, with CoffeeZilla's video, it turns out that, you know, these people that were involved in this entire situation. Now, according to Coffee, when they were actually talking to some of the programmers behind the project, apparently Logan Paul was pretty much responsible for its downfall since the beginning, it seems, where Paul basically hired this person's team to code this specific game, and he actually failed to pay these guys really anything, and then took the code, and it pretty much just spiraled from there, okay? There was failure of payments, people weren't getting paid on time, and of course the programmers may not have necessarily been to blame as much as Logan would have been in regards to this project.
Sounds like he's just taking a page out of Trump's book, you know, just like, don't pay him. Don't pay him, and then, you know, maybe he'll file for bankruptcy so they never get paid. But yeah, basically he never paid the programmer, so the programmer like took his work and left. He's like, you're not getting my work until I get paid. And that was the whole thing. Also that Eddie Ibanez guy who like conned his way into Logan's circle and lied about helping the Eagles win a Super Bowl. That guy's fucking crazy. That fucking catch me if you can level of con man right there.
You got to understand, okay? Regardless of whoever was behind the project, a lot of the steam picked up from these things are from the influencers. So Logan literally pushed this onto his fan base. His fan base took his credibility.
And that's where some of the personal responsibility starts to shift away, because this was shilled to them over and over again on his podcasts and probably his YouTube videos if he still does those. You know, like, that's not all of it, not even a lot of it, but that's where some of it shifts away, because it was routinely sold to these people aggressively.
His word for it, sadly, and put their money down on the line. And of course, for anybody, you know, playing the game or investing into the game, they pretty much have seemed to lost all their money, okay? They don't have anything left to show for the CryptoZoo project. Now, again, given Logan Paul and the Paul brothers in general in regards to cryptos and NFTs, it really made me wonder why anybody was putting any faith or any money down for people who obviously have a pretty marred past regarding this bullshit to begin with. And again, I think most of it does rely a bit on personal responsibility. I will admit, I have a severe amount of sympathy, especially during a time of coronavirus or the COVID-19 pandemic, where people were trying to desperately pay their bills. And again, I'm sure we can all constantly say personal responsibility, but this was a time when people were trying to get money to pay for rent, food, whatever you wanted to do. This was a time where people were losing their jobs.
Yeah, no, the amount of layoffs were insane. The amount of business closures were insane. Like, I mean, the whole world shut down for a little bit. So yeah, and like elements like that also influence things and create. Also, yeah, that's kind of I was having that conversation with my mom the other day because I said something about traveling in the blizzard, and you know, she was saying like, you know, I don't feel bad for, you know, some of the people. I can only feel so bad for them, you know, if they go out there and end up in a wreck or something. Obviously, you know, she would feel horrible if someone like died or something, but just saying, like, I don't feel much sympathy for people who end up in like a little wreck or something because like they went out and it's like shit out there, And then my argument to that was like, I mean, to be fair, some of those people are going to work, and those people are desperate to go to work to get paid, because if they get fired, they might be a week or two or even less from being homeless. You know, like the desperation that capitalism forces on us creates these situations where we will do crazy things like this. We will risk money. I mean, that's what capitalism teaches us, right? You have to risk money if you want to make money. That's the entire idea. Get a loan, you know, like everything's built on credit, like and that mentality boils down all the way to, you know, stocks, the economy, crypto, the virtual new economy that they want it to be, like all that. It's the same mentality, and it all same thing with the driving. You know, you're desperate, you have to go to work, so you don't really have the option. You don't get to think about, is it really in my best interest for me to drive right now? Like, is it worth it? Because if you did have time to think about that, you'd probably also have time to think about, you know, I should have a union, I should have health care. You can't be that comfortable. You have to be desperate. Like, because if you're desperate, you'll do what you gotta do, which involves being, you know, a working class cog.
And income was highly unstable. So I'm sure for somebody who looked at their rich influencers, you know, people who were living in multi-million-dollar mansions, driving nice cars, living in fancy cities, obviously if they're doing something with their money, maybe it's wise to emulate them, because I guess they know what they're doing. And of course, anytime it comes to financial advice, you should always pay for somebody that is a financial expert, somebody who's qualified and legally allowed to give financial advice, because they've got skin in the game. When it comes to influencers, all influencers care about themselves 100%. Look, I love you guys at the end of the day, okay? We're a good team. I love my community. But in order to call the parasocial stuff out, I am not your friend, so to speak, right? Like, you don't know me as a person.
Fuck
right?
no.
You've never met me in real life. You should never
I don't know him, little bro.
ever listen to me about financial advice or follow anything I push onto you if you think you're going to make money out of it. Because as a human being, obviously I'm interested in my own bank account. Now, I'm sure if I pushed a cryptocurrency out to you, ask yourself the question, who's really winning in this? Are you winning, or am I winning because I've been paid a crap ton of money to shill that specific cryptocurrency for you? You really have to take the parasocial aspect out of these situations and really look at this with a level head. Now, of course, ever since then, Logan Paul has invited CoffeeZilla onto his show. Impulsive, the podcast.
That's not even true. Coffee invited Logan first. Coffee invited Logan because Logan was like, whining about the coverage in the videos. And he was like, look, man, I tried to talk to you throughout those entire videos. You kept saying you couldn't talk yet. But, you know, benefit of the doubt. If you want to come, sit down and talk, that's fine. Yeah, I'll fucking pull up the tweet, actually. Yeah, so here's what happened. Logan invited me on his show, but didn't include the email 24 hours before this, where I invited him first onto my show along with Eddie, Crypto King, and Jeff. I'm happy to fly Logan down or live stream it, but I'm not flying to his crypto zoo tax haven on New Year's. Here's what Coffee said to Logan on Christmas Eve. It makes me sad to see you try to discredit my work, given how many times I've reached out, which are in his video series, him reaching out, in good faith. Nevertheless, once again, I want to invite you to tell your side of the story on my platform. If you have nothing to hide, this should be a no-brainer. We can chat about everything Crypto Zoo. I would extend the same invitation to Eddie, Jeff, and Crypto King as well. All that matters is the truth, the victims, and making things right for the single mothers, fathers, and kids who invested millions. I can even put you in contact with them if you'd like. I think they deserve to hear this stuff straight from you. Thanks. And then Logan, fucking, oh my god, this shit was so cringe. Never forget that. Oh my god. But I'm unable to view this tweet. Interesting. What the fuck? Logan's like trying to frame it like he asked first, which is just so cringe and transparent. While I generally appreciate Steven's creative team's work ethic, I mean that is simply not true. When appropriate, all bad actors will be exposed, explained, and held fully accountable. I'll speak further on Impulsive January 3rd. I can't reply. Oh my god. It's pretty wild to refuse to talk to me for months, refuse to address the investors for a year and a half, and then when caught, Logan says he's going to expose bad actors. God damn. God damn. Yeah, and then he's like invited him to Impulsive. Ooh, trying to bait it for his shit, trying to sell his shit again. Like, it's so transparent. He's such a piece of shit. Oh my god, dude.
While I generally appreciate Steven's creative genius, this one is simply not true. When appropriate, all bad actors will be exposed.
Crazy.
And again, he's holding people accountable on January 3rd. Why not sooner? I don't know. Of course, Logan Paul went down even further into this.
I'll tell you why not sooner. He doesn't want to fuck up his vacation. Are you what? You're asking this man to fuck up his vacation, his holiday vacation, for a bunch of fucking poor people angry that they stole money from them? Oh, you're out of your mind, guy. There's no way. Do you know who he is? Seriously, there's no way in fuck that guy was ever going to, you know, address it in a timely manner if it fell on a holiday. Are you kidding me? Everything about this situation shows that he doesn't give a shit about anyone else, and he puts himself before everyone. So naturally, if he's on vacation or if it's the holiday season, he's not going to do it because he knows he'll have more attention on it if he waits a little longer. And also that he would have to like change his fucking plans drastically and get shit together and start organizing in a time where a lot of people are with their families and shit, and he doesn't give a fuck about that. No, not at all. It's inconvenient. And because it is inconvenient, it will not happen.
Situation and invited him onto the show. Third request for comment, CoffeeZilla and CryptoZoo. I'd love to extend the offer for you to come on Impulsive in person. We'll cover all flights and accommodations. Okay. Seriously, interesting. You know, the best thing in these situations is never to respond to the criticisms, never to respond to the scandals, because they just raise more of an attention onto you. I don't know what Logan is expecting in this situation after the reporting by Steven. I don't know what he thinks is going to happen, simply because all the optics look bad for the guy. Now, of course, Coffee ended up looking into this situation and pretty much said that, hey, how about you show the email I actually have here too? So, for instance, it makes me sad to see you try to discredit my work given how many times I've reached out to you in good faith. Again, he literally asked him several times for comment. Logan refused to give it. Nevertheless, once again...
My bad, I didn't realize he was going to go over this shit.
Again, I want to invite you to tell your side of the story on my platform. This email was went 24 hours before he got invited on Impulsive. If you have nothing to hide, this should be a no-brainer. We can chat about everything CryptoZoo. I also extend the same invitation to Eddie, Jeff, and Crypto King. Remember that guy with the Pokemon cards? Yeah. All that matters is the truth, the victims, and making things right for the single mothers, fathers, and kids who invested millions. I can even put you in contact with them if you'd like. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think there's much more to say other than Logan Paul is, in fact,
a shit stain. Just an absolute fucking sociopath.
Scumbag. All right? I don't like Logan Paul, and I don't think Logan Paul should have ever been given that redemption arc that he's been on.
I don't know why. I really thought he was going to say, and I don't think Logan Paul likes me. Like,
the way Logan Paul has treated his fan base and treated, you know, the people around him, like dollar signs, and used cryptocurrencies and NFTs as a way to liken his own pocket and liven it up at the cost of several other people, knowingly, I have to say, because everyone knows what's going to happen to these projects as soon as they push them. I don't think this man is to be trusted. Honestly, in a perfect world, I really wish YouTube would look into his channel and look into how he's been pushing these things, and make a sort of educated sort of policy maneuver. Because this should happen to really any influencer that pushes these kind of crypto NFT shenanigans, all right? At the end of the day, this is a fraudulent practice, all right, in a lot of cases to be pushing onto your fan base. I think another thing should happen too is a lot of these law enforcement agencies that want to slap fines and look into this should look at Logan Paul. But anyways, this video is going longer than it ever has to. Logan Paul is a weird guy, wild character, and one that, in my opinion, should never ever be trusted. And when it comes to influencers and cryptocurrencies and projects,
I wouldn't trust anyone. I literally trust no one. I don't trust any crypto crap, to be honest, though. So I'm a little biased in that regard. But they're obviously going. Anytime an influencer is doing a crypto thing, they're trying to sell you something to make money. That's just anytime an influencer is doing any sort of advertisement, they're trying to sell you something to make money. That's something. It's so obvious to us when they say something about like Squarespace or some shit like that, but then all of a sudden when it's crypto crap, people like forget that. I don't know. It's just a commercial. It's just a commercial.
Nobody, and I mean nobody, should be trusted.
Yeah.
But I also know this whole statement is a waste of time, because like crypto and like the influencers and the fans that follow them, the memories are like goldfish. People will forget about it a month later. A scam will happen, people will fall for it, and then people will wonder just what could have happened to avoid it. Brother.
Yeah, it's just the same thing in a different skin. They're like, this one's different. This one's not like that one. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's the same thing. Nothing's changed. There's no laws that have been passed. There's no one that's been held accountable. There's no reason for no one else to just keep doing it, you know? Like, everyone's gonna keep doing it. They're just gonna keep doing it. Different ways slightly, like... But, like, they're just going to keep rug pulling until they can't. Like,
we've had a whole year to learn from this, and nobody's made any changes. Let's know in the comment section below what you think. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I'm going to go play Star Citizen.
Might have to look into Star Citizen. Okay. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, so I'm actually pretty interested to see where things go for Logan Paul. I don't know what's gonna happen. There are people obviously joking that he's gonna like end up in a jail cell next to Sam Bankman-Fried. That would be amazing. I don't know if he'll end up in jail. I've also been making the joke, but I don't actually know if he'll end up in jail. Maybe he will. I also didn't realize that there was like an amount that like if you steal under this amount, you're not on any sort of like no one's really gunning for you. That seems wild, especially if you've successfully stole millions. I would think that warrants attention, but I guess not. So I don't know. That's weird. But I'm definitely gonna keep a close eye on that, see where that's going. For sure. Thanks for watching, guys. Follow me on Twitch to join us live, like and subscribe, and I will catch you later.